nasty. Right, well, the more I drive Mercedes recently, the more I'm starting to go off them, especially the modern ones, and I will tell you why. The first thing about this car that will disappoint all hardcore Mercedes fans is the fact that it's just full of plastic. Everywhere you go, plastic, and nasty plastic too. This particular car is hugely underpowered. It lacks power and it shows when you drive. If you're thinking about buying one, the first thing you want to do is go for a bigger engine. Although there's a lot of plastic in the car and it does feel gnarly, it does feel awful. The layout's pretty cool. It's quite a stylish design. Everything's accessible and can be operated without taking your eyes off the road. The dial's very clear, well illuminated, not obstructed by the steering. The wing mirrors, although they're a bit of an odd design and does look a bit awkward, you do get a good vision through there. The rear view vision is obstructed by the headrests, but you can see what's going on, provided there's nobody sitting in the middle. Steering is very responsive, very, very good indeed, but give it a bit of a wiggle and the car does boat around and jerk around quite a lot, so I know it's a long car, but I wouldn't fancy doing an emergency swerve in this. Despite the lack of power in the car, once you get up to mid-range, it does become a little bit more torquey, and it is a very smooth and continuous pull as you accelerate through the gears. This is the 6-speed manual, so this flies down the motorway, no problems. This is not a car for nipping around town. It's not a car for dropping the kids off at school. This is a car for loading up and going down the motorway at 70 miles an hour. It really isn't designed for any other purpose at all. I don't even think you'd get a good economy driving around this in the town. If you're not driving down a motorway at 70 miles an hour, then the car really is just like any other. And I'm trying to think of positive points about this car, really. I suppose it is quite quiet once you're in the cab, and it seems to go around the corners quite well for a big car, but to be fair, this car is nothing to get excited about, and I personally think it's very, very overpriced. There's better cars out there. There's a lot better cars out there actually, and cars that deliver a greater driving experience. The brakes, we're going to test the brakes now. I'm not going to do an emergency stop, I'm going to do a firm brake. 3, 2, 1. Well, it has to be said, the brakes are the best bit about this car. Very balanced, very controlled, synchronized brake. You can apply a gradual pressure, there's no grabbing. Right, anyway, to summarize, if you're thinking about buying a Mercedes, I would very strongly urge you to do your homework and to hunt around. This is not a powerful enough engine, and you can get a much better interior on a Mercedes than this. Go for the stitched leather, because this plastic is just bloody awful.